Hi everyone, welcome to our popular series of idioms and phrases that are commonly used in English. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss the origins, meanings and usage examples of the 10 idioms that you can see on your screen. Let's begin with our first idiom. Cross the Rubicon. The idiom comes from the name of a river, Rubicon, in the north of Italy that Julius Caesar crossed with his army in about 49 BC, and this action of his started a civil war in Rome. Thus, to cross the Rubicon means to make an irrevocable decision and to pass a point of no return. An example sentence for the usage of this idiom is: it seems that Russia has crossed the Rubicon by waging a war on Ukraine. Curate's egg. To understand this idiom, look at the two guys here in the picture who are having a conversation. Bishop and curate. They were among the people who were assigned duties in a church. Now, between a bishop and a curate, the bishop is like the senior or the boss, and the curate is the junior. So both were having dinner on a table, and the curate was served a stale egg. The bishop says, "I'm afraid you've got a bad egg, Mr. Jones." To this, the meek curate replies, "Oh no, my lord, I assure you that parts of it are excellent." This cartoon was published in a magazine called Punch. The idiom curate's egg thus refers to a thing that is partly good and partly bad. Like I can say that a particular movie is a bit of a curate's egg. A good storyline acted out badly. Next, we have the phrase, cut the mustard. In cooking, mustard is a common ingredient. It is used as a spice and we also use mustard sauce. Now, there is a lot of guesswork behind the origin of this idiom, but the one story that will help you learn its meaning is this. When mustard was one of the main crops in East Anglia, it was cut by hand with scythes. The crop could grow up to 6 feet high, and this was a very arduous task, very difficult and cumbersome work, requiring extremely sharp tools. Therefore, to cut the mustard simply means to be successful in achieving the desired result. An example sentence would be, she tried her best to win the singing competition, but given the tough level, she could not cut the mustard. Dutch courage. Well, the etymology of this term dates back to English soldiers fighting in the 30 Years' War when Dutch gin was used by English soldiers. This gin was believed to keep the body warm in cold weather and induce a calming effect before battle. So the phrase Dutch courage refers to the strength or confidence gained from drinking alcohol. An example sentence is, he decided to have a couple of drinks to gain some Dutch courage. A related idiom is to feel no pain. It means drunk. It obviously comes from the association that if someone is drunk, he feels no pain. An example would be, although the party had just begun, after his second drink, he was feeling no pain. Ears are burning. Well, just like other superstitions based on bodily sensations such as a flickering eye, a tingling or burning sensation in the ears supposedly means that a person is being discussed by others. The origin of this belief dates back to Roman times when augurs, who were religious officials who observed natural signs, interpreted burning of left ear as a sign of bad intentions by the ones who were talking about you, as opposed to burning of right ear, which implied that you were being praised. So if your ears are burning, it means you sense that you're being the topic of discussion in another place. An example sentence could be, my ears burned as I could see two of my classmates constantly looking at me and giggling to each other. idiom is to feather one's nest. The phrase derives from the practice of many birds to gather feathers and add them to their nest in order to make it more comfortable for themselves while incubating the eggs and then warmer for the chicks once hatched. So the idiom to feather one's own nest means to enrich oneself by taking advantage of one's position. For instance, when in power, the party leader feathered his nest through his connection with big corporates. Fish out of water. Everyone knows that a fish out of water would be very uncomfortable and would not likely survive for very long. So the idiom, a fish out of water, refers to someone who is out of his or her normal environment or range of activities. For instance, when her male colleagues start discussing politics or cricket, she feels like a fish out of water. Fly off the handle. Imagine an axe during a downstroke and the head of the axe, which is a sharp tool, suddenly comes off and flies off the handle. The image is that of speed and that of losing one's control. Similar phrases are to fly into a rage and to blow up, etc. To fly off the handle means to lose control of one's emotions. That is, to become very angry all of a sudden. An example sentence would be, he tends to fly off the handle when people don't agree with him. And the last idiom of this lesson is to get the sack. Now, sack is a common word in English, and this phrase is probably an allusion to tradesmen who owned their own tools and took them with them in a bag or a sack when they were dismissed from employment. So if someone gets the sack, it means he is told to leave his job. For instance, he got the sack when his employer found out that he had lied about his qualifications. That brings us to the end of this video. Hope you found the lesson useful. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe our channel for related content. Happy learning and take care. Bye-bye.